Hey guys, it's Christy with Cardio Candy. I'm here today to tell you my story. It's a personal story to me. It's hard, so hard for me to still to say this out loud, and especially to put yourself out there. It's uncomfortable in so many ways for me. Vulnerability is a struggle for me personally. It's something I'm working on. I'm still growing, just like everybody else out there. And this digital virtual world is it's a scary place for me, but it's also a great place to share stuff like this and hopefully help someone else who is struggling or trying to figure out their path forward. So, here it goes. So, in 2018, I had my second child, and that was an awesome time. It was so awesome, and we were hoping that everything was going to be just like it was the first time. Same thing. I had C-section with my first one, C-section with the second one. We had our 2-week post appointment. Everything was awesome. We got the all clear, and then 3 days later, we were sitting in the ER. Oh, yes, that's right. So let me just back up and say, so 3 days after my 2-week postpartum appointment, we were in the ER. I had some weird sensation in my leg, some numbness, some burning sensation, discoloration. That was kind of my first symptoms. And we went to the ER. The doctors did all kinds of tests. We did blood work. We did MRI on my back because I was having some back pain from the epidural and also from past injuries. I have a herniated disc in my L2, and so they thought that maybe that was playing a part in it, pinching a nerve there and causing some of the numbness. So they sent us home, and I went home and tried to rest. Well, something wasn't right. I couldn't get to sleep. It was restless, and I felt my leg was hurting, and I just felt like something wasn't right. So we gave my OB a call and told him what was going on. Well, he suggested that we go back to the ER, and he would call and get them to do some further testing. So we did that, and also keep in mind we have a 3-week-old baby and an almost 3-year-old who have never been away from us for even one night. We don't have any family in town to help us out, so we're kind of in panic mode. So my husband drops me off at the hospital. So I'm by myself and freaking out because we don't know what's happening. In the meantime, my mother is driving down to hopefully relieve my husband from the kid duty, and so he can be with me at the hospital. But anyway, so the second time at the ER, they do some further testing, blood work and all that stuff, and it comes to find out that I have a massive blood clot, a DVT, which is a deep vein thrombosis. And not only that, it's huge. It's a massive clot. The doctors are freaking out. They've never seen anything like this. The clot goes all the way from my hip, which is my iliac vein, all the way down past my knee. So not good at all. So we do all that. The doctors do what they need to do. They try to do thrombolytics, which is clot breaking medicine that they inject into your body. Well, there's a problem with that because I just had a C-section, so I'm prone to bleeding out from all kinds of other stuff going on in my body, and plus I'm postpartum, so your body's in all kinds of havoc after that. So not a good situation at all. But luckily, I spent 3 weeks in ICU. I had lots of procedures done, and it was a mentally challenging time for us. Like I said, I had a 3-week-old and a 3-year-old at home. We had never spent a night apart from them, so that was tearing me up. My life was, we didn't know from day to day what was going to happen. I had, at what they said was a 30% chance survival rate at that point. And it ended up that I also had 2 pulmonary embolisms along the way and just all kinds of stuff. My kidneys were not doing well, and I was just having, it seemed like so many things were going wrong at one time, the snowball effect. And I'm just, it's so good to be sitting here telling you this story right now. And I really just want to, just want to share that with you guys. So that was the beginning, and that was the turning point for me in my journey. And that was only the beginning. I had no idea coming out of that I was going to face so many daily struggles just with that. And it's that's hard mentally, it's hard physically. I came out of the hospital in a wheelchair, and I was, ugh, yeah, I was 28 years old, way too young to give up, way too young to not be able to get up and play with my kids and run around the yard and just share all those things with them. And I wanted to do anything in my power to be able to have those experiences. And so at that point, I knew I had to fight and had to, moving forward, I had to give everything I had to commit to myself to get better to the best of my ability, to the best of my body's ability, whatever that was. I didn't know at that point. The doctors weren't sure either. They didn't know if I was even going to be able to walk normally again, or to, when you have something like that happen to your body, they just don't know. It's like a waiting game to see what your body does and how it responds to that. So there were things we could do to kind of help the process along, a lot of uncomfortable things. I had lots of procedures, medical stuff done with the clots, IVC filter placed so that no more clots could break off and go to my lungs. Lots of that kind of stuff going on in the background. Plus trying to keep a strong front for the kids. And my husband was awesome through it all, and just trying to keep it all together. It's like, so many things. But luckily we were able to get through all that. Come home, like I said, I was in a wheelchair. My leg was about 8 inches bigger than my other leg, just from all the swelling and the bad circulation that had created from the blood clotting situation. I had to wear compression from my thigh all the way down to my toes every single day, y'all. Every single day for 3 long years. It was crazy. Probably the craziest experience of my life. But also, I learned a lot about myself in those times, and lots of inner strength came out that I didn't know I had. And I'm thankful for all of that. But that's what I was going to talk to you about. So I was facing all these things, and I didn't know what my future looked like. I needed to figure out what I could do to be my best self, to be here for my kids physically, mentally, emotionally. And I needed to become the best version of myself and be physically stronger if I could be. Like, whatever my body was able to do, I needed to figure it out and to push forward so that I could get out of the wheelchair, that I could get up and wash dishes, or get up and walk to the fridge to get a drink of water. Yep, it was that kind of struggles daily. But we overcame them. And about a year after my first initial episode, if you will, with the clotting, I was able to, I got the all clear from the doctors. The clotting had settled. It was as good as it was going to get. There wasn't any danger of it breaking off anymore. It was kind of, my body had done all it could do, and now we had to move forward from there where we were. So at that point, we got to take the IVC filter out, and after all that was settled, I got to do some walking, daily walking. Yes, and let me tell you, that was painful, incredibly painful. Just walking, I don't know, like from the couch to the kitchen sink was like somebody was setting a fire in my foot all the way up my leg and burning me the entire time that I walked. It was the craziest pain I've ever felt. It was way worse than giving birth, way worse than anything I've ever experienced. But to get better, I had to endure that pain and to brace myself for it every single time I stood up. But knowing that I needed to do that, I needed to push through it so that I could come out on the other side stronger. And that was the only way. The only way was through. So little things like that every single day, in addition to the compression, just adding activities every day, little stuff like that, just walking, stretching, and making sure I was wearing the compression for a while. And then, I built up from there. And I think it was about a year and a half, I was able to kind of walk normally-ish. Like my leg was still swollen, but I was able to at least walk around the block without without constant pain, unbearable pain. There was still pain, but it was bearable now, and it was getting better. And so I finally saw a turning point there, and I was able to um, finally see the light and see possibility. So, going back to the doctor saying, hey, I'm able to do this now. What do you think about trying to do other things like go to the gym? Yeah, that's laughable because, I could barely even walk, y'all. Okay, so I was like, I just wanted to do anything I could. And my first class at the gym was crazy hard for me. As you know, my leg was still swollen, like 8 inches bigger than my other one. So just putting on clothes, like workout pants or anything, was a chore. I had compression on now, so it goes all the way from my toes to my hip, and then trying to pull your clothes on over a swollen leg that won't really bend, and then trying to get into something. Plus, you have that compression cutting into you and just doing all kinds of things to your body. It's pretty insane. But I did it. I did it. I faced it and I did it. I went to my first fitness class. It was awful experience. I wanted to 100% quit before I even got there. I made myself get into the class, and anyways, I did not make it through the class. I did about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 minutes of it, and I was like, I cannot do this. My leg is on fire. No, I'm not ready. I just can't do it. But I didn't stop. I just I rerouted myself, and I went back and kind of gathered my strength again, and started doing a little bit at a time. So building up from there, 10 to 15 minutes of exercise a day. Um, and gosh, that made such a big difference. It was mentally helpful for me, emotionally helpful, and obviously physically, it was very helpful for my leg to rebuild that circulation and reroute those collateral veins around so that I could have some circulation going through my leg. So that, yes, I know it's a long journey, but fast forward, I guess, to about 3 years out, I was able to jog, just a little bit, but I was able to jog. So then I was able to try the gym again, do a little bit longer classes, and keep building, keep those little steps are important. So about, I guess it was 3.5 years out from that, I decided that fitness had given me a part of my life back that I didn't think was possible. I didn't know, the doctors didn't know, but pushing myself through it just a little bit at a time and building up that strength helped me so much that I wanted to give that back to someone else, to help them know from whatever struggle they're coming from or whatever journey that they're on right now in their life, whatever path that they're on, no matter how far they're down. I mean, I was at my weakest point, you guys. That was rock bottom for me. I didn't know. I didn't know. So I know there are people out there, hopefully you're watching right now. I just want you to know you can do it. You can. And I want to give you that. I want to give you fun. I want to give you fitness. But most of all, I want to give you life. It's important to me to share my journey with you guys, because it helped me so much. And just every single time that I step into the gym, it reminds me of where I was and where I am now, and how happy I am and how thankful I am to have been able to make that journey, and to keep fighting for yourself 100%. Just keep fighting. Who cares if you can't do a push-up on your toes? Who cares? Can you do a push-up on your knees? Yeah, absolutely. Everybody can. And so when you build up strength like that from what you can do, you find amazing strength, and you find those things that you thought you couldn't do, you can. You just gotta build up to them and keep pushing yourself. Okay, push yourself forward. You can do this. Yeah, so that's my message. that's the short version of my story and my why. And that's what Cardio Candy is all about. I want to share this journey with you guys. No matter where you're coming from, no matter where you're starting from, we've all been there. We've all struggled. Let me show you this picture of me in 2009. I was happy. See the smile? I was so happy. And I still have that smile. And I'm still happy, but I'm healthier and I'm better and I'm stronger because of fitness and because of the healthy choices that I've made along the way to make a better lifestyle. And I'm not talking about big changes just right off the bat. I'm talking about little things that we build on, and we make them part of our lifestyle so they're sustainable and we can keep them up for longevity. Those are the important things. And that's what I want to help you with. That's what the community is all about. I want you to reach out to me. I want to help you. I want to encourage you. I want to motivate you. Anything you need, we can help. We can do it. We can get there together. So don't hesitate. The first step is always the hardest. Getting started is the hard part. I know you've heard that 1,000 times. It's so cliche, but it's true. It is absolutely true. Making that commitment to yourself and letting yourself be bad or feel like you're failing at something, that's how we grow. I don't know if you know that, but you've got to fail to grow. You've got to be okay with being bad at something to get started at it. And man, once you embrace that, you're unstoppable. You're in a beautiful place. But most of all, you have to love yourself along the way, no matter what stage you're at right now. You're worth it. You're beautiful. You're capable, and just keep getting better every day. That's what we're all here for. That's what it's all about. That's what life's about. Little moments, So never give up on yourself, and just know that I started at the very bottom. I started at the very bottom, and I 100% am so glad that I did. I lost weight along the way, but that was just a side effect of a healthier lifestyle. And if you just make those little commitments to yourself, everything else falls into place. It's that mental battle, the commitment part. That's the key, my friends. Commitment and consistency. All right? All right, my friends. I hope that made sense, and I hope that that was I hope that was inspiring or motivational to you. It was hard for me to tell. Like I said, I struggle with the vulnerability part. I'm trying to get better at it. But most of all, I want to put myself out there to connect with you guys and just let you know that I'm here for you and it's okay to be a beginner. So I'll see you, cardiocandy.com, my friends.